Hello and welcome to tip number 18. Today we're going to talk about if statements. So if statements are incredibly valuable in Excel. And let's take a look. So we have the same sort of sheet with a little bit added from tip number 17. Let's start with what an if statement is. So if statements take the form equals if, the first argument is logical test, and then you put a comma, and then you put the value of true, and then another comma, and then the value of false. So basically it evaluates this first thing for whether it's true or false, and we saw a bunch of things that return true or false last time, less than or equal to, and, ors. So anything that gives you a true or false value goes in the logical test. Then really you can put anything in this value of true or value of false, and I'll give you a few examples today. So let's take a look at the first if statement. So again, we have this formula here, and then the evaluation of the formula is in the next cell. So this if statement takes the logical test A2 is greater than B2. And if this is true, so remember, after the comma, the first thing that shows up is it'll display this, the value if true. And if it's false, after the other comma, it'll display this value. So in this case, it's just going to display the words, yes, it is true, and no, it is false. And whenever you have words in an if statement, you just put quotation marks to say that it's words. So in this case, we know that A2 is greater than B2 because A2 is 5 and B2 is 3. So it returns the value of true. If we make B2 greater, it's going to return no, it is false. So that makes sense. So we can sort of see that from here. The same thing happens with this formula. And actually, I didn't change this. So in this case, it's A2 less than B2, which it is in this case, so it returns yes, it is true. So it's the opposite. So now we have A2 equal to B2. So A2 equal to B2. And then again, if we want to make this true, we can make that happen. Okay, so now let's look at this special case here. And we're going to go ahead and just make this like this. So this one's a little bit different. So now we're not returning words. We're still evaluating this logical formula, A2 is less than or equal to B2, but we're not returning words. What we're returning is a formula. So in this case, if A2 is less than or equal to B2, which it is, the answer we're going to give is A2 minus B2. And A2 minus B2 is a negative 1. So that's why when we evaluate the formula, we get a negative 1. Now, if the other side of it is A2 is greater than B2, greater than or equal to B2, which it's not. So A2 is not greater than or equal to B2. We're just going to return a 0. So this is really helpful in lots of different ways, and you'll see some of them later on. So we can also do this instead of just having our greater than or equal to, our less than or greater than. We can also evaluate with and or statements. So in this case, we evaluate with an and statement. And this and statement is false. And so we're going to return the statement all three are not equal, because that's the value if false. In this case, this or statement is true, because B2 equals C2. So we are going to return the true. Number number two is equal to one of the others. And that's what it does. So you can see if statements are very versatile, and these are just a few of the examples that you can do with if statements. Thanks for watching.